My project 3 is called 21st Century Foley because I'm going to be looking into how Foley has changed over the last few years. For task 1, I've said how Foley sound is a remake of everyday sound effects, and this task has helped me get an insight into how Foley is made. For task 2, I've put on expository, reflexive and participatory as the documentaries that are going to be used in my podcast. This is because participatory is the opposite of observational, and observational hasn't got an interview. For task 3, I've looked into the history of Batman, serial, and the film programme on BBC Radio 4. From this, I decided that I don't like long podcasts, so the time frame of 3 to 4 minutes works really well, and that I don't like more than one presenter in a podcast, as it gets too much and people talk over each other. In the case study that we've done, the key roles, I looked into ADR, which is automated dialogue replacement, and what skills you need and qualities for the job. This is my annotated bibliography of all the sites that I've used when doing my first 3 tasks, as well as my case study and other pieces of work. This is my primary research. As you can see, I've got an email here that I've sent to Marco Costanzo, and I've emailed 3 different people, 3 different Foley professionals, and I've messaged a man called Pete on Twitter about possible interviews. Marco got back in touch with me on Monday, and we're going to be setting up a call for an interview for my podcast. This is my production schedule. I'm going to record from about 12 p.m. on Monday, the 23rd, so then I can get it all done in that day. I'm going to go through all the interview and then do my Vox Pops last, so I can go out into Chelmsford town and record people for like the last hour. For my location recce, I've put for the room A02, which is this one here, and I've put all the risks. I've put the enough space about the space, and how the white walls could easily be knocked over. For my risk assessment, I've thought about the risks. So then again, like the walls could fall over, the tables and chairs, and the wires from the microphones could need moving. For my outline plan, for my documentary plan, I've decided that my podcast is going to be about 21st Century Foley, and that to discuss the early beginnings of Foley and what it's like today. I'm going to include 2 Vox Pops, so going around asking 4 people if they know about Foley sound and if they know what it is. I'm going to then hopefully be including an interview with Marco, and then look at some of his films that he's worked on in the past. And then at the end I'm going to finish off with a few facts about how Foley sound is made, how some certain sounds are made. On my script, I've said some of the questions, I've put an example of some of the questions I sent to people for interviews. So one of them would be, how long have you been a Foley artist? And another would be, what types of productions have you worked on? And I've also asked if there's any current films they're working on that they can give us an insight into. The equipment and software list is, I've said how I'll need a microphone, a Zoom, voice recorder, a handle for that, an SD card, batteries, pop filter, a PC wire, and the software I'm going to be using, Premiere Pro and Adobe Audition.